Hey, what's up, traders? Mike here. Just a little tip that I think a lot of chat room members don't realize you can do. A lot of times people show up midday because they had a morning appointment or whatever, right? And they come in and ask, hey, did anybody trade anything today? Something you can do, and you could have done this in HotCom too, but you can do a search for the word gap, and then it'll bring up the gap playlist from the morning, because I post one every day, right? And I put the gap playlist so you can see what the morning gappers were. I usually post them on Twitter and StockTwits as well. Um, but this is just an example. So I'll give you a couple from today. BPTS, and you could go in the chat room and put in BPTS for a search. And we had a couple ideas in that one today, right? BPTS, Lewis, red to green. It was 4 minutes into the session. So these are 2-minute candles. So red to green would have just been back through the open, right? Which would have been, it opened at 124, which it didn't happen for quite a while. But when it did, stop would have been right there, would have worked really nicely, right? 125, and you can see what it did. It went up over 2. If you missed that, Matt D was initially looking for this in the 2s buy zone, and then you see he put in the chat, pulled BPTS bids. Now I'm bidding in the 5s, and most of you know that means the 5s buy zones. Buy zone. Let's switch to 5s. And that was right before it did this, right? Came right down to that 520. He got filled, I think, at 142. And within a minute or two, it was halted to the upside. It was really cool to watch. I was super happy for Matt. That was a nice post, right? It was kind of meandering above. It was one of the stronger stocks in the morning, and it did that flush right into the 5s buy zone, which is this area between the blue and red line. And he absolutely nailed that trade. Bringing another one down. Kevin M. UUUU over 50. I'll slide this over again to remind you that was on the morning gap playlist as well. Do a search for Quad U, if you will. And these are 5-minute candles. So he was talking about it basically over the high of day and through the half number. There's the 50 break right there, meaning 850. And so far, it's gone all the way to 890, which is a nice percentage move. And you can see you were never underwater. So a neat little call by Kevin M2. So learn to use the chat room feature, the chat room search feature, and you might be able to go back and kind of back test and see what was called, and see scroll over on the chart for that timestamp, and then you can see how they fared, and then it'll help you know who to follow in chat, right? All right, guys, I'm done babbling.